for a start off, and then how do they handle that CT side? Because overall, I favour the guys from Renegades to know how to run it better and to be the better team on this.
So is that your prediction, Renegades?
I think Renegades takes this map.
I do as well, actually. I'm going to take Renegades on Dust 2.
All right, then. Thanks for your thoughts, gentlemen. Let's do our map fly-through now of Dust 2 and hand you back to James and DDK.
Yeah, I'd also fancy Renegades for this. AWPers on both sides, but something tells me that Renegades might be more consistent with the shots in this situation, especially with the performance of the double AWPs at the end there on the T side of Cash, which is very unlikely, if you will. What are your thoughts, Dan?
I feel like Renegades have a bunch of, they're a bunch of wild animals on the map like this. They can be absolutely nuts, and it's like they get full freedom to unleash the beast within.
JKS has been headshot already.
And we'll have to see if they can recover. I mean, it should... Oh, what? Tarek! Oh, I feel so bad for Tarek, man. That's not right.
Somewhere Daps is laughing.
That ain't right.
So, Stanislaw not going to charge through the doors to stop the plant from going down. Default plant has been successful. Stanislaw poking and prodding. And the CTs all coming in from the slope area. We have JKS lurking in case there's a tunnel push. So the rest of his teammates can all concentrate on the door and the window. Slowly coming up. Nice one-tap there from Stanislaw, traded by Azza. 3 versus 4. Numbers being evened up, and now that... oh, there's a flank coming in from JKS through the doors, actually. This could be very surprising indeed. But he's not going to be able to stop this plant, surely. JKS goes down, and the defuse should just about make it for OpTic. Indeed it will. First round successful for OpTic, who just about made it in the last map as well.
This is almost... Oh yeah, we get to see this instant kill. Look at that, that is disgusting. Now, the cool thing is that Renegades are almost in like this weird position that's actually awesome, because OpTic, as you can see, they have to buy the UMPs because the AKs will be coming out in the next round. And that actually means that Renegades in the next round will have the best rifle, the better buy, because they'll have all the AKs, and OpTic have to keep hold of the UMPs. So Renegades get this situation where OpTic haven't built much money yet, and they get to play from advantage. All they've lost is a little bit of economy, and they'll be behind on rounds. But it's one of these spots where you can get huge momentum if you win that round, and they have all the chances to do so with those AKs. So it's dangerous, super dangerous for OpTic. I'd be nervous if I was them.
Yam with a flash and a smoke. One would imagine they're going to try and go for a short plant, although Tarek with his push going to get loads of information from OpTic. They already have 3 people over towards the A site, and soon they're going to have 5. But Renegades have made it through to mid. But that's a bomb. The bomb's gone down. That's worst case scenario. Out of position now. They need to run for their lives. One player in CT spawn has taken down all the players moving towards B, and now it's the bomb alone. Can't make it there. So it hasn't really worked out for them. Lots of potential, but didn't work out. Isolo gonna be close with Tarek. He wants them to come. He wants them to embrace the P250 face first. So Mixwell on the high ground because of the box will manage to avoid that. One person down for OpTic, and now Renegades can bring those AKs out.
And from a strategy perspective, when you have the AKs going into this next round, I think what you really want to try to accomplish is how can you get like the biggest ranges and the best dynamic trade situations. I think long is going to give you that most of the time. So if they go for a long take here, I really like that with a lot of numbers. 3 players would be awesome to take over long. Try to get the fights here, because you want to get those fights against OpTic in these open spaces where multiples of you can be firing. In the mid-ranges is where the AK is going to be super good. Az is able to get a 1 versus 1, and he plays with a headshot angle versus Tarek, who's just got a UMP and is in the open. Az is getting amazing engagements, and he's already got the better weapon. So this is working out wonderfully. OpTic basically giving Renegades the decision. Well, you've killed 2 of us at B, I guess you're going B.
With that aggression, you have to wonder if OpTic are terribly fast about this situation. How did Stanislaw fail to get that kill? I don't know. One of the rifles it would have been more important to save, along with the M4. And now Mixwell, maximum range with an MP9. Seems he doesn't want to live either.
Yeah, because, again, because of losing a man in the previous round, and, I mean, they have the situation where their money is going to be a little bit weird. Stanislaw actually has $200, and this is going to be their first loss. So Stanislaw himself is going to be on $1,600. And they're not really in the best position in the world to be dropping for people. So the buy from OpTic now is going to be weird. They didn't even basically create a situation where they have a buffer to have another full buy or a full buy of any degree. So again, it works out really well in the long run for Renegades. The danger here, the real danger here is that Renegades string too many rounds together with 5 alive like we just saw. That's the real problem that we've seen teams really having a hard time with today.
Right then, Naf on the AWP, 4 M4s on the remainder of the team. Reasonable amount of grenades, just the one defuse kit onto Rush. Will this be a mirror of the previous Dust 2 we saw, where most of the CT rounds won were by defuse? Time will tell. Renegades with a superior buy for the most part. No AWP, but they can go for the faster plays perhaps. Tarek playing close to Car over towards B. Mixwell in mid for the time being. Can rotate either way, and indeed it's Naf on the AWP rather than Mixwell, which is very curious.
So getting into position, we've got Azza there at the top of Catwalk. So they've basically done everything. This is like phase 1 complete in a default. The next thing is information discovery, or just getting that info, finding out what the setup is. Right now, the setup for OpTic, you want that B split. The rotation's very far from A to B. There's no one in CT spawn to stop you as you try to, or catch you in crossfire as you try to go out from mid into B. So if they can get that information, usually you would from a bit of a mid poke, that's going to be great. Here is a bit of information. That said, they're going straight in. Very aggressive without the full support, James.
Yeah, there's no bomb there. Then Azza standing on short, getting taken down, maybe trying to punish the rotation, but there was no rotation. They're all in formation. No one has been touched by OpTic. No need to rotate.
I don't understand what they were trying to do there. The round is still alive, but the chances are low here because the bomb is known, the flank's coming in. There was no coordination to that. The bomb was leading. It seemed like they were not on the same page.
They put their... Was that their smoke, or did they put a flash in that smoke? I'm not sure. I'm assuming that was their own smoke. Which, normally you'd put that smoke down so you can look towards A without showing yourself towards B.
But they ran through it.
But they just ran through a smoke.
Bomb first, and all. Bomb first.
Yeah, there was opportunity there for Renegades, but it's been taken away. They have another buy. Pretty much the same buy as the previous round, but perhaps with a few less grenades. 2-1-2 standard setup from OpTic at the moment. Got Stanislaw in mid. The last few games of Dust 2, we've seen that people have been opting to just stand in CT spawn as opposed to being boosted on the box. Renegades clearing short at the moment with a lurker towards long, and somebody showing some aggression towards B. That would be Justillo. So
it is kind of interesting that Naf is AWPing, I got to say. I mean, I agreed with what the guy said on the desk. Mixwell is ridiculous with an AWP.
I think that I can only assume it's because Nafly is on B that he's AWPing. So he wants the AWP on B to try and hold down the tunnel. The push coming towards A. Stanislaw going through the smoke now. Seems to be a popular strategy, not working out for either side. Mixwell goes down as well, traded by Rush, who holds on to long for the time being, but the site has been taken. Renegades don't really have control of shorts or long. They do have Justillo top mid, actually, for shorts. Does he hear players towards long? Spots Tarek, gets traded. 2 versus 2. And now we have Yam deep towards short. Nafly's going to, I think, flash past Yam. Not check the corner properly, and it goes down for free. Rush now versus 2 with the AK, trying to tap Rikke, but now Rikke can just be bait, and Yam can have a crossfire, and Rush has to give it up.
Yeah, that's really tough from Naf's position. When you're AWPing there, you need to like really correctly gamble which position to check first. You kind of need to know where the plant is, because if it's not a short plant, it's less likely that a guy is going to be on the stairs, or behind that corner on the stairs. But because it's a short plant, you need to have like a really solid setup towards short, of course. So it's a bit more likely, I suppose. So it's just generally like that lack of info. It's very hard. You got to make a guess, and he guessed wrong. It was a good effort though, but they are back to, well, just Rush who saved, and everybody else ecoed pretty much, just a couple P250. So this is hard times here, falling upon OpTic.
Yeah, they're trading round, but OpTic have opted not to go for the force buy. Rush was alive, and now he's dead.
Definitely like not force buying on this map. I don't think you can get any value out of it as CTs.
Nice. 2 plays left for OpTic. Only Yam has been taken. Now, the Renegade side should be trying to dispose of that. Stanislaw with a nice headshot, and Rikke's going to get out of there. But again, there are weapons down. There are 2 AKs, if I'm not mistaken, down on the short position now. And it will be down to JKS to try and protect them. Stanislaw with a P250 picked up, but the spray will be enough.
So 3-3 then, and we're going to get a situation whereby Renegades start to take some momentum again. And Again, it's that B split play really worried me because it kind of wasn't a B split, but it's like they wanted to do a B split, but it just didn't seem like the players were coordinated at all. So that is a bad sign. Either way, keeping it simple to begin with here in this round. Quick long take, and this is important too because if you're playing this anti-eco, it's either a fast long take into that A take with Molotovs versus the fast B rush. Those are two very strong anti-eco, anti-force buy plays. So it's great to see that they're taking long control here. You want to avoid essentially splitting yourself up and isolating players. And we'll see Renegades with only 3 still at the moment towards long. They be creeping.
They be creeping indeed. Okay, whereabouts is he? Still coming through the long doors at the moment. He could go to the platform to help his teammates over towards the A site. Now, Flag gets taken down. There is a player in the safe plant spot. That's Mixwell. JKS trying to avoid being a flashbang there, spotting through the smoke. Indeed, he will push through the smoke on his lonesome with the AK. Can be a bit dangerous, and they have cleared it. Now, the short position is being held by the CTs, excuse me. As it goes down, that's going to be an AK picked up by Rush. Stanislaw trying to pick up a second one.
Poor Stanislaw. Yeah, Stanislaw actually not able to collect that at all. Now he has an opportunity. Oh god, he's still not sure. He's a little bit too far away. His arms are too puny and small.
The bomb will send it in his direction. And it's unlikely that Renegades are going to exit from there. So Stanislaw can just bide his time. And he should be good to collect a second AK. There we go, an AK given away, top mid. When OpTic didn't have much to start with. And now they've got a second one. So I think Renegade's giving away some edges that are maybe unnecessary there.
Yeah, I think so. Again, it's a team that's interesting because I feel like there's so much talent on this team, on Renegades. There's so much talent. They've got actually a bit of everything you would need from an individual skill perspective to be a very good team. But except the in-game leadership, I feel like that would be the weakness. Strategy and the coordination, that would be the weakness. So that's something that we can focus on in the future as we watch them grow and develop. Either way, we've got a lot of players from Renegades in upper dark right now, perhaps posturing towards B. It definitely goes a bit better for Renegades when they decide to play it a little bit more simple. And once again, it's another round where the setup of the CTs, Renegades are yet to confirm what it is, but from what we can see, a B split is the strongest strategy to run. Last time wasn't so fun though, James. They kind of, I don't know what they were doing last time. It was a bit of a mess.
Mixwell's playing the goose position at the moment for OpTic. Renegades with 3 rounds in a row. Yam covering his teammate. That's what we like to see. Support for the rifler, for the AWPer rather. Stanislaw moving further and further in spawn. Even when players are standing, you can also headshot them. That dot next to the 1. I think there's a dot to the right of that, and yeah, there it is. And you can shoot between them, and you'll often shoot somebody straight in the head. Does depend on when you're standing as well. There we go, information being found. Yam pushing straight forward, looking one way. Ricke's going to clean things up though, and that's going to work out for Renegades. 4 versus 2. Yusilo in City Spawn is going to be very important as well. Mixwell not giving his position away. But the round is Renegades is.
Yeah, one thing that could be cool to see is the execution of, I think it was Yustilo, because Yustilo's job was to actually come from short and to jump down at the perfect timing. But to do that, he has to actually distract the CTs on A for like that split second so that he can drop down from short into CT spawn and have time to get a kill. That is, he has to do all of those things. So, and if he doesn't get that kill, that could have gone a little bit differently there because again, you know, Yam was really relying on him to get that kill as he was just facing left. And it was also the moment when OpTic had a really strong push from CT and 2 players out of B into that mid setup. So that was, Yusilo was quite important there.
Okay, Stanislaw's going for the AWP. And a second AWP has been given to Mixwell. No, it's been thrown. It's got to go again. Okay, good. I just want to see Mixwell on the AWP. Stanislaw showing us that he is worthy of the AWP as well. Mixwell over towards long, jumping into position, getting tagged, getting fragged by Azza. Yustilo trying to answer back, but nobody's there anymore.
No one's home.
Looking for extra frags. One high, one low for OpTic.
Yeah, second flick not as nice as the first.
Indeed. But Renegades have long, and they're going to leave Azza in the pits. What are they going to do with the rest of the players? They've got 2 players, well, OpTic have 2 players on A. A flank's coming in from Tarek, as you can see. Doesn't have the best weapon for the job, but JKS is holding the flank with the bomb. Got to be careful now. He's moving forward, but I'm scared because he's got the bomb. He's going to get his bell rung as well. 14 HP, finally finishes off the job. Has had support on the way. And now Nafly with a 5-7 could do some devastating damage, although there are 3 Ts here. And they're ready and waiting, as with a nice headshot. Cleaning this round up one by one. Rush remains on the A sites.
When you were talking about the pit, I thought for a second you were going to do a Bane impression. But you didn't go there. And I was sad. Just Rush left alone in the elevated position. Now, getting some damage here would, of course, be lovely.
Lovely.
The money from Renegades is starting to grow, get a little bit out of control, so keeping that down with a frag or 2 would be fantastic. Oh, we might be able to get a frag or 2 because there's one guy, he's jumping around, and there's the spray, finds Ricky. Is there a third? There won't be, but that's good. Two frags is absolutely going to be decent there to help get rid of the economy there of Renegades.
If he killed Azza, JKS had 14 HP. That could have fallen apart for Renegades, but it didn't, and they have great opportunity to extend their lead. Now, the one AWP on OpTic side has been in a somewhat passive position towards B, hasn't had much action, and Mixwell's been on a rifle. We've seen many highlight reels for Mixwell on OpTic. Wonder if OpTic will offer a change in the next round. They're at maximum loss bonus now. Renegades all over them at the moment. All over them, like white on rice, Dan. This is brown rice, then like brown on rice.
Like butter on bread. At least that's how I do it.
That's optional, isn't it? That's optional. That's
it is,
not really...
but that's how I do it. So, bomb goes down. And we got ourselves a 2 versus 3 situation where OpTic are indeed perhaps more interested in keeping the AWP and the rifle alive. They are very far away. Times have been hard in the OpTic camp. They've been rationed. It's not been fun. Looks like we have Azza creeping though.
In the face.
But now he's done. No more creeping for him.
Dunzo. The money's reasonable though on Renegades. They won't be too fussed. It's all about the hunt.
This is good though. I think they lost 3 players in the last round as well. So that's actually going to be a net loss for OpTic on their, for Renegades on their money. So that means that OpTic are actually preventing Renegades' economy from growing, which is pretty important. But it is kind of in the same place-ish, and they do get a bit of extra money because they get the detonation bonus. So that is going to be the reality.
So,
2 AWPs.
Yeah, Nafly and Tarek. This is... How do you feel about this? I'm curious, actually, because as a guy said, there are various options for the AWP. But for me, the first one is Mixwell.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'd love to know what the desks think about this as it continues. Tarek going for the barrel peek.
Love the barrel peek. Barrel peek.
The barrel peek
fantastic.
It's a lot less common. Normally, you're on the ledge looking over the Xbox that's in B. So, nice. Almost an off angle.
It is my favorite of peaks actually on that in that area.
Yeah, because you think you're safe strafing there, but you're not. Not when Tarek's around.
This is another favorite.
I never use this spot myself.
Really?
No.
It's great with a deagle, with like a one-shot position. It's nice.
Yeah, let's not talk about deagles.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, so we got the Mr. Yam there with his AWP, able to get a leg actually. So there's a very strong chance here that Renegades can force OpTic all the way off catwalk. It's going to happen. OpTic will actually decide to give it up pretty easily. It's very hard to fall back on catwalk without dying. So CTs do tend to play it quite passively. They give it up pretty freely like that, and that means Renegades, they've got a lot of good pressure coming in here, but there's a lot of attention towards A. That long hold is potentially quite dangerous, and this is nice. We get Renegades going back towards B, but the drop comes in. There's 2 players there. And now Renegades, they have 3. They're committing, all from Upper Dark.
Yeah, they've tried to draw the players over towards A, and they're running blind into B, but Tarek is still waiting to take players down one by one. Team come in with a flashbang. Yam's the last man standing. Gets 1 frag for the side. Deagle's coming out now, but Nafly will pin Yam to the wall, painkiller style. So that all fell apart for Renegades. They had unbeknownst to them, they had a clear A bomb site. They put all the Molotovs to fourth place from their positions, but didn't choose to capitalize on that.
Or are they going to do this? Are they going to go full Oceania on a team from Oceania? They're going to do it, James. They're going to go triple AWP.
As long as Mixwell is on an AWP.
He's got one. He has got an AWP, so that's okay.
That's what I want to see.
That was kind of crazy. Tarek had a lot of misses there. I don't know if you noticed that, but he missed basically everything after the first frag, right at the end of the last round. But back into this one, we're seeing Tarek. Oh, bit of a shoulder, bit of a peak.
The patience not to pull the trigger there. Smoke grenade comes out, and surely the flash will as well. Indeed it does. So Renegades taking control of long, leaving a player there again. This time they've got a better layout with that formation, in the sense that JKS is already in lower tunnel, which will help them take the short position. Bomb's going back towards long, however. So it's going to be 2 on both directions. Mixwell's holding the angle on long, which might be scary. This is it. I think Justilo's shadow will be exposed before he will see anything. Tarek, though, getting a bit greedy, looking towards long. Meanwhile, Rush has been taken down. Tarek trying to use the smoke to help himself escape. 4 versus 4 at the moment. Thing is getting awkward towards long. He's still holding an angle, but again, he's got the bomb. If he gets tagged, then there are problems. He's out in the open. No one down for either side yet. Tarek is going to be the one to be lost.
Yeah, he's missing a lot of shots. And I was going to say the short push was actually really the big problem there. And now we're going to have a very awkward spot here for OpTic, because they invested so heavily into this round. Triple AWP.
Ooh, he moved just before he fired. That would have been the bomb. 30 seconds left, and there's 2 AWPs on the CT side. People are getting wrecked in all directions. Molotov's going down, as will reposition. His teammates have got a crossfire.
It's got to be Mixwell, man. He's got to be the one to pull this out of the bag. It's going to be so incredibly tough. No nades. I mean, if they just had one flashbang, even one flashbang could give you some value here, but they're going to have to fall back with the 2 AWPs. I think that is definitely the smart call here. I mean, they can build something off of 2 AWPs, of 2 guns saved, especially, although they did just get reset. And they do have, okay, they've got money in the bank, so they'll be fine to buy up after this. But yeah, triple AWP was what they started the round with.
I'm curious as to how many changes there are in the OpTic team with the arrival of Tarek. No Daps in the team, Stanislaw back in the team, and Mixwell seems to be the third AWPer, at least on Dust 2 at the moment. Only with 3 kills. We've seen him win maps for OpTic, and it seems he's down in the pecking order, so you have to wonder what the outcome of all these changes will be. So far, so good for Renegades. Double the score of OpTic at the moment. Both teams back on the bye, and Mixwell is back on New York. Tarek giving it up for the M4. Stanislaw taken down early towards B. Very early indeed. Maybe Rikke had a nice spawn. Rikke is a very dangerous man when he's got a nice spawn.
And the thing is with Tarek right now, he's been missing a lot. You don't expect that out of Tarek. This is the test. And the test will be failed. He had players oncoming from all angles. It's a very difficult situation. It's very hard to get even 1 or 2 kills out of that. But Tarek got 0 for his team. That's an instant save for everybody else on OpTic as they retreat. And there's another smoke just to help out a little bit. Mixwell will find himself a frag on a player who was pressuring from long. So very sad times here for OpTic. Again, a very salvageable situation should they be able to claim the remaining 2 rounds in the half after this one is over. But yeah, you've got to wonder what to do here for OpTic. They've actually just changed their setup quite a lot of times. Like the fact that we saw triple AWP there, I do wonder about that, because triple AWP, I feel like triple AWP could be a thing situationally if your team is very drilled in how to use it, how to position with it, because positionally you have to be so incredibly smart. Do you think that's just Mixwell saying, I'm tired of us losing rounds, and I haven't had an AWP on none of these rounds?
Possibly. I mean, who is leading it? I mean, maybe, like, who knows? Who knows? 2 rounds remain in the first half. Stanislaw going for a peek again. He is successful. Rikke gets taken down. Some sweet revenge for him. Stanislaw forced from his position with a nice flash. What is Renegades' response? We've got Yam, the secondary AWPer for Renegades. Justilo, though, is creeping. Tarek, not going to see him just yet. Now he spots him. Nice response from Tarek. 5 versus 3. Strong advantages for OpTic in this round.
Yeah, much needed kill there. But one thing about that peek in middle, very risky peek from Stanislaw. More times than not, you're going to die there and put your team at a serious disadvantage. This time, however, it has worked out for OpTic wonderfully, giving them an edge and now forcing Renegades into desperation. Mixwell just going to miss Renegades' JKS, but it's okay, because they will slow down, they will bottleneck towards Upper Dark, and that's where you can catch them up. That's what he's about to do. There is so much to worry about right now. Just JKS left. There is no escape. There is only Mixwell.
Thinking maybe Mixer wanted to go for a knife there, but his teammate went down. So it's like, let's just limit the damage. We go into the last round of the first half. The double ops continue. Nafly and Stanislaw appear to be the aggressors on this occasion. Mixwell will be continuing with the AWP. So if we go to a third map, curious to see what happens to the ops there. I mean, Dust2, maybe they just have a generally puggy style at the moment. Just playing for picks and jewels.
It's very possible. So we've got just three ops on the server right now. Just 3 ops.
The mere 3 ops.
The mere 3 ops. OpTic, will they get aggressive with Tarek actually? Because we've got Stanislaw who's AWPing at the back. If they get Tarek in there for the information, then of course there can be rotation. Or they can swap positions, just leave the AWP in B and get Tarek more active on the map. They are going to go for the push here on the upper dark area. So OpTic looking for information. I think they got some information, and I think they got maybe counterflash or something. Either way, they didn't like the look of it, and they backed away. So they know at the very least that there's 1 player there. But that's very normal in the default to have at least 1 player there to stop that from happening.
Nice aggression towards B, but the action's coming in towards long. Mixwell trying to counter grenade. JKS taking big damage. And now Renegades kind of, well, they're going to abandon that option. As is deep towards short, they've still got Ustillo towards B. Tarek opting for an off angle. Stanislaw almost caught out. He's being hunted as well, moving back towards the box. 1 shot, 1 kill. Yam getting taken down.
Nice repositioning, but they found it. Tarek, he has to get both kills. He has to get both, but he only gets 1. But still, his teammates on the rotation have done a great job here to put his team in advantage. And JKS and Ustillo will still get the bomb down in this position. There is still a big chance here for Renegades to clutch this one with the bomb ticking away. Ustillo as well, the big clutch man for the team, already with 2 frags. Looking to make it even more as OpTic are about to make the move. The grenades go in. The smoke will give them a bit of an extra entry potential. Nice shot by JKS, 2 versus 1 Naf. Can he get it done? Oh, they're going to play shenanigans on Naf now, playing around the smoke, forcing him into the most awkward and horrible position. There's just nothing he can do. What a save from JKS and Ustillo.
10-5 in favor of the Oceanic side. Rush and Tarek up there for OpTic. And on the other side, we have in the kills, Azar leading the charge. JKS and Ricky tied for 8, but it's JKS with most of the stats at the moment. Good lead for Renegades. Nice recovery after the first map. We'll see if the momentum will continue in the second half. First comes a pistol. That may mean variance.
So we got actually 4 decoys. Love a good decoy. I love a good decoy. Now we have the rush into a long for OpTic as Renegades go for the very standard information play as CT's pressuring Catwalk to see what's going on, having fast rotation time to A and B. But the perfect play against this is OpTic just running straight onto the A-bomb site through long with everyone.
Yeah, the numbers game is going to be favorable with 2 CTs. I'm short, but 2 headshots for the CTs. Yam and Ricky. Now we've got a 5 versus 3 retake situation. They can back off, wait for the team to reposition, wait for that smoke in CT spawn to disappear. Problems ahead for OpTic. They've planted for the platform on long. We've got 4 players, or 4 players coming in from short from Renegades, and they're spreading out. There are problems. Stanislaw goes down as well. Rush and Nafly versus 5. Make that 1 versus 5. Nafly, he's at a range disadvantage as well, but he's tagging people. Not enough. Look at the HP on the remaining players.
Oh my God.
That's 1 bullet each, but they survive.
That's insane. The HP there, that's ridiculous.
1 player down for Renegades. Could have been 5, ended up being 1. They take the pistol.
That's crazy. Although, the one great thing about this is that they got the bomb down. I mean, after you get the bomb down, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Again, for the reasons stated on the first half as well, when Renegades were in that position. You know, you get those AKs out in the 3rd round. It feels really good on Dust2. Quick rush, though, from OpTic onto the A-long area. 3 players in response to the players of OpTic are blind. And Renegades are looking to have a field day. Not looking like a good field day. There's rain everywhere. Oh God, the field day's been cancelled, James.
That's a problem. Renegades had 1 player stuck towards long, chose to stand and fight. They could have left him there to die, basically, but they chose to fight around the smoke and perhaps sprayed too many bullets into the smoke, didn't have enough to defend afterwards. And now we have a weird situation where OpTic on an eco with no armor have a man advantage versus a scout and an M4 on Renegades.
It's definitely suboptimal. That is one descriptor I would use. Oh!
JKS, big frags. And they can't, there's no answer for OpTic in that situation. UMPs, P shooters perhaps from that range, at least versus an M4. Now where will they opt to go? That scout's dangerous as well. Around the chest, it might be one and done for these OpTic players with no Kevlar. So Rickey's out of position now. Ooh, getting peppered. Stanislaw gets legged. He can't really face again. And that's information for Renegades. They know that one player is long, and guess who's going long? Yeah, JKS with the M4. Stanislaw. Why? I don't understand.
The knife is out.
It
The
was
knife is out.
And that Nafly's got to force the issue. So far, so good with the UMP changing for the scout. JKS doesn't have a defuse kit.
It's actually interesting too because the jump shot potential, and he's going to get close to elevator, so the scout becomes suddenly pretty good. Like, oh, he gets the shot, but it's a leg. Oh, there you go. Nafly, easy does it. 3 HP, cheeky little headshot, and that's going to be the round. All right, Naf, you can have an AWP. You deserve it.
Oh, man.
You deserve it, friend.
That is unbelievable. But I think that maybe Renegades made a mistake committing 3 people around a smoke on the long area rather than just sacking one player with a UMP or whatever he had. And now they find themselves with pistols. They've still got a 5-round lead, however, moving away from long on this occasion.
Not just pistols. Bigs. And PT-50s.
Oh, he's got an AWP. Does he manage to pick it up? He does. And Azza gets another pistol kill while he picks up the AWP. OpTic trying to fight it. What is happening? 5 versus 3, and all the T players are separated. Nafly's top mid on his own with the bomb. Yam trying to collect the AWP, and he manages to do so. 3 versus 3 now. Stanislaw goes down.
What is going on? I would love to see that Easterlo shot if we can get that later. Right, we got the 2v3 for OpTic now, trying to salvage chaos, scrambling together to formulate a plan of action. The plan of action will involve an attack towards B. Rick is there, though. He's got him to Eagle, and he's close range. Looking for the headshot. Oh, misses the headshot. Gets the tag. Slow them down slightly. Look at the wild spray coming in from Tarek all over the place. He gets the kill, but he's down to 1. And Ustillo has himself an AK-47. No armor, though. Can Ustillo do this? We've seen him be so clutch so many times. He's got 2 flashbangs and an AK-47. And a dream. Let's see if he can get it in whilst it's good. Naf right at the back. He's going to be the first guy to watch for the angle, and that's it. Good stuff from Naf. Naf coming out huge when he's needed in not just this round, but the last one as well.
That is really scary stuff.
Boom.
Ooh, through the corner,
Meaty.
no less. That was quite a brisket shot, Dan. It was meaty as hell.
Also, thanks to the production, always catching the replays when we ask for them. They are balling out of control over at production.
I would thank them, but their Photoshop skills are questionable today. And now, why do we see this? I don't think there was a flashbang there. We've seen this before on Dust 2 today. Errors perhaps being made. However, the cleanup operation should be a really good one. Remaining CTs in CT spawn. Tarek cleaning them up one by one. Renegades still with a 3-round lead as they move towards the buy round, $5,000 to $6,000 on each player. So let's see what they have to offer. They've got their loss bonus in the right place as well. If things keep going bad before OpTic tie up the score, they will have more offense in their direction. But for now, double AWPs on the Renegade side. Ricky and Yam. No discussion as to who's AWPing on the Renegade side. 3 players going towards long, 2 towards B. The standard CT setup that we've seen all day today.
And they are going to force the Renegades players back. Stanislaw just putting a few shots in there for good measure. And this is really cool because the CTs, they never quite know how many players did the T side leave at long. Did they leave the entire team there? Did they leave 1 there? It's hard to know. And the thing as well that you can use as the Ts, if you have a good setup to attack Catwalk afterwards, it's really strong because they have to be on Catwalk because you've taken away long. It's just the basics of Dust 2, and Ustillo sitting in that smoke.
Pistol round strats.
It is. Ooh! Gets 1, but he's done.
Yeah, but he's got information for his team. There's a player in CT who will hear all this running around. Ricky's waiting for an opening now. Is somebody going to peek him? Naf, the bomb carrier, might be the first aggressor, but Ricky's got to be careful because they've got no possession of long. And if Mixwell starts to peek, Mixwell's got the AWP as well. Spots a player. This is really awkward for Ricky. He can't really safely peek either direction. And his teammates are in CT spawn. Mixwell, look how deep he is. Oh, he spots the head, and that's enough for him. Tarek's going to steal the kill, actually. And that's a missed shot from Mixwell. And now Renegades are in a really awkward position. They couldn't support their player on the site, and now the site's been lost. Long and short in possession of OpTic.
And Orpim is in the hands of Mixwell. And it will be a save called for Renegades. A smart decision for Renegades as they are broke. But they do have, this will be the 4th round loss in a row for Renegades, meaning that they will be able to happily buy fully with the 3 save guns that they currently have, should they be able to keep 3 alive. If they go down to just 1, then it's going to be very, very sucky. If it's down to 2, they should still be completely fine. So it's going to be fun times for OpTic now that they have all this momentum. And the way that they got the momentum was ridiculous. That the clutch from NAF was what? I don't even know. It was amazing. I was amazed, frankly.
How does that not tilt you into another dimension?
Into oblivion.
It's horrible, but such is life. 2 rounds between these 2 sides. Renegades have some money, but if they drop, which they should, it's going to make their money somewhat weird moving into the other rounds. But their loss bonus may be so large, doesn't matter too much. We will find out if that happens. Again, the similar setup from Renegades, 2 towards B, 3 towards A, and it seems it's going to be a fast play into the B bomb site. JKS is not prepared for this. Yam by the doors, flashes in both ways. Tarek gets taken down. What response is there from the T's? The numbers game is in their favor, but the man advantage is with Renegades. Make that 2. JKS putting in work here. There's another one for him. Nafla going down, and Mixwell is the last man standing in the middle of the site, traded, and that has failed for OpTic. Renegades survive with 3 and take the round.
And that's what JKS does, man. He anchors bomb sites. He's so good at that, especially, I mean, the B site specialist. It's great to see him at work. I mean, this is one of those rounds you do just want to throw this at a team every now and again because you have to test them, especially if someone's not hitting their shots. You know, we actually saw that kind of with Tarek on the first half. He was unable to get the most value in spots where he should be getting, or get as much as he should be getting in a lot of spots there on the B site. Not so for JKS. Rush it, look at the timing here. It's so fast. Rush is straight in CT. Free frag onto Yam. See you later. And now it's going to be really, really curious. Azza has to check what does the guy in CT, goes back, finds a bullet in the face. Rush has opened up the map.
JKS has to survive here, doesn't survive. Man advantage for the T's. Rush is still creeping around, and the spot flash is coming in, but is the flag going to go the way of Ricky? No, it's not. Rush coming in from the back. And Renegades' loss bonus has been reset now, and they look likely to get wiped out.
Oh my god.
And there is the wipeout. OpTic with a great opportunity to make it 12-12.
I love those frags. We saw FNX doing that earlier today, where it's like, yep, you're dead. You're definitely dead. And there's just no messing around. These guys just died to Rush. How does he get 4 kills? That's so cool, actually, to see, because, again, OpTic were struggling. Naf stepped it up. Now Rush steps it up. This is, and that broke. That's what broke Renegades. Renegades have been broken. They have 4 USPs and a P250, James. And a sorry, and a flashbang.
And the flash.
There's the flash.
Well, they are running into the Gatling gun, into the Tommy gun, into anything else that causes nothing but violence, pain, tears, and depression.
I missed the Gauss gun. Was it the Gauss gun from Half-Life 1? Which you have to, like, wind it up? It was, oh yes, it was indeed the Gauss gun. That was fun. CS is missing the Gauss gun. Let's actually not give Valve that idea.
Too late.
Let's no one speak of this again.
90 days from now, Gauss gun.
I can't say. I know Anders would be very happy. He is a Half-Life Deathmatch fan, that's for sure. He would be very happy. He would be ecstatic. But I think he actually tried to compete, or was competitive in Half-Life Deathmatch, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, it's going to be a quick cleanup, a smooth cleanup. It's as if they called Mr. Wolf. Very solid cleanup operation, although there is still blood everywhere, so there's still work to be done. Now, 11-12, and we get a pause. It can only be a tactical here for Renegades, because stuff is starting to get a bit weird, James.
Yeah, this is quite the violent map between these two sides. Rush taking every statistic for his side. JKS almost doing the same for Renegades. Renegades with a thin 1-round lead at the moment. And again, 12-12 looks likely. Can't really call it between these two sides. Needs to keep changing their approach, keep their opponents surprised on their toes. Or on their backs with 0 hit points there.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to quantify too exactly how this has come about because, I mean, we're going to end up seeing in the highlight clips, I am 100% sure, Naf with that scout shot. But like some of those rounds, that one and the one afterwards, because let's not forget, the two of the most important rounds to allow their comeback was that ridiculous round with the scout from Naf.
Yeah.
And then you got this situation where in the following round, they completely fluff their anti-eco, get into a ridiculous situation, and they have to rely on Naf to clutch again in an anti-eco. So, I mean, amazing for Naf to step up in that way. And it has been a battle, I think, in this series about who is more clutch, who is stepping it up, because both teams have been making mistakes strategically. I'd say a few more mistakes, I think, in that aspect, probably coming from Renegades. And they're starting to really feel it, because now they can't. This is their problem, right? They can't dictate the pace on the CT side, and that's where they really get going.
Indeed, again, a thin one-round lead for Renegades at the moment, and they must feel the way this has gone that this should be their map. They're one map down. They can't lose this map, otherwise they're done.
Yeah.
They are done, so no Atlanta for them.
And they're so good on Dust 2 normally. They've had so many strong results there. The first big results usually from Oceanic teams will feature on a Dust 2. We've seen many times in the past. So it's going to be a pretty big blow.
Double ops on the T side, less common, but, well, you do see it from time to time. Sometimes even 3 ops. Mixwell off to a good start. Tarek waiting around the smoke. Ustillo gets taken down, and this does not look good for Renegades. They're already down to a 2 versus 5 situation. There goes Ricky as well. This is, after a tactical pause, it's not often you see somebody get wiped out immediately.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard on the CT side of Dust 2, man. It can really get away from you. Today it seems just generally hard on the CT side of maybe any map.
Yeah, that's true. At least in the last 2 matches,
Yeah.
the CT side has been a non-starter.
It has sucked. It has definitely sucked for people today.
JKS hiding in almost a free-for-all deathmatch spawn position.
Yeah.
Behind the boxes.
Don't you hate it when people just stand in those spots, just like camping for that one frag, like
No,
over and over again?
I
mean, I'm just murder them, but still, it's funny.
People can stand wherever they like.
No James.
Free-for-all. Either I'll get headshot or they will. Doesn't matter. 12-12. Renegades bought. Renegades got ruined. 2,500 per person at the moment. This will be Nico. OpTic should take the lead. Renegades can't afford to buy much in this situation. They've opted for 2 smokes, one of which has been deployed immediately. That's going to allow them to stack the A sites. Going for a short push, in fact. And Tarek Twings be in for a surprise. Will it be a nasty one, though? He gets traded immediately, and Rush comes in for the cleanup along with Stanislaw, and that's the end of the round. Let's move on.
Boom. Well then, OpTic take the lead. And again, it really looks like Renegades were going to do this. Early on, they had great confidence. It was that, and it's that T side.
How about this? It's not often you see double AWP, no Kevlar on either player.
Yeah.
Renegades have to come in big, and we see a fast play towards long for OpTic.
And this is perfect too, because you get to deny some of these crucial positions from the AWPer. You get to deny the car position. That's really important if you can take it, that is. Azza is posting the defense. He's trying to anchor down this position, and he will be the heaviest of anchors. There is no pushing a Renegades off of this one. And it's going to be now back to Catwalk.
Yeah, and Yam is repositioning with the AWP. He has big advantages from this position. There's the first shot. He's wide for the second one, but the aim punch will take him down. Maybe moving to a more passive position to ready his second shot would have been better. Let's see if they can recover the AWP. Indeed, they can, so that's fine. Renegades straight back into this. What a perfect way for them to get back into it. It's 2 AWPers with no Kevlar. They managed to hold on to long and ruin OpTic. That's great. And now, who the hell knows who's going to take this? Neither team... Well, actually, OpTic still have a fair amount of money, so pressure is on Renegades.
I love this too. Azza had a defense before. Can he do it again? That's what's been put to him. That's the test at hand. Naf! Oh, Naf! He's going straight through the smoke! And Azza's now a distant memory. That was ridiculous. How quick and decisive that was. OpTic sending a statement. Ricket, can he send one straight back? That's one frag. But now he's alone. Oh, no. Hope was dashed. has been dashed from Renegades.
They might have to play for overtime at this point. Ricky desperately holding on to his AWP. He has to go nuclear in the next round if he even survives that long. Spots a jumping player, and he has T's in every direction. Stanislaw, 32 HP. That might be a bit of overkill. Where does Ricky go next? 13 to 13. OpTic taking the lead once again. Lost bonus reset, and the AWP will not be saved for Ricky.
James, he was trying to go full fifth Lauren, but he couldn't make it all the way to 5. That is now called the full fifth Lauren.
Look at that play. Carnage coming out from OpTic as they finished off in the pit as well. And Renegades are... Actually, they'll be able to field a buy in the next round. Is this going to be another eco wipeouts?
Mixwell looking to be the first open. Oh, looks like some CTs offering themselves up. Rush will take that one. Oh, there's a lot more where that came from. And that's going to mean an easy B-bomb site. And there is a lot of value, actually, for Renegades to hold on to the guns right now. A lot of value indeed, especially if it's an AK. Because at this point, you know, the economy for OpTic is pretty hot stuff, and we don't have many rounds left. So Renegades need to think more about what's going to help improve their defense. And an AK over an M4, I definitely think, especially in the hands of someone like JKS and Azza and the likes, and Ustillo, that's going to be a really big boon for their defense.
Match point coming up for OpTic. I think most people were sold on Renegades taking this map. Maybe an extra gun. An extra gun would be humongous, but Nafly is in a great position to take this one AK away from Azza. He might survive if he stays in this position. He has to. He must.
Oh.
It's going to be close. The pre-fire is real. The strafing pre-fire.
Love that right at the end. Do you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of playing the VIP maps, like Oil Rig back in the days at 1.6. Because right there, Azza was the VIP with that AK-47. He had to live at all costs, and he did.
Protect the VIP. Well, Renegades, they have a good buy despite having no AWP. Everyone has Kevlar. That's a bonus as well. They've gone for an aggressive short play and abandoned long. We've seen variants for Renegades on the long position. And OpTic have changed the pace as well. And in fact, Mixwell's just walking into long on his own with the AWP and no support. And there's nobody there. That's a great early advantage for OpTic. They didn't even spend their utility. Look how many nades they've got.
And this, again, this tells you two things. If this is clear, one great thing is, okay, there's no AWPer on car. It allows your team to basically, if you win the catwalk control from this point, then you pretty much win the bomb site. But the other option is just to go up long and just fight it out. Can Renegades post the defense here? This is going to be tough for them.
They've got a smoke and 2 Molotovs due to Renegade side to try and come back with. Yam with a nice frag onto Rush. No response. They can't even see him. Nafly on the slope. Mixwell's holding the angle to try and stop the short retake. 1 smoke and 1 flashbang. They can smoke this position here to stop Mixwell and his AWP. They can also use it to try and defuse the bomb. JKS has a kit. They've got many plays on the low ground due to CTs.
The problem is, though, that Renegades haven't had any effort to take long over. The bomb is planted for long. You need to be able to split the defense in this situation as if you were the tease yourself, but there's nobody attacking long. They're all funneling from one location, and they're dropping like flies at this point. It is now just 3 players left. Can they somehow make this work? There's not much time. There's a smoke down there. There's multiple players here from OpTic trying to stop this from working. Mixwell bears down upon them with Tarek on the AWP, and that's it. 16 to 13. OpTic actually steal it away over Renegades.
Brutal. JKS had a kit, they had the smoke, they put the smoke down. JKS was hunting in the smoke for the bomb. He couldn't even find it to start a defuse. Didn't work out for him. Nothing doing for Renegades. A good comeback on both maps, but not a single one taken from them. OpTic 2-0. We will see what the desks think about this after.